Let's start our today's session with a beautiful thought. Sometimes what looks like an obstacle in your path is actually a gift meant to move you in a different direction. So always think positively. These small obstacles are lessons which your life is giving to you. Now, with this positive thought, we start our today's class as we are studying recursion. The topic which we have to learn today, we are making a function for generating a Fibonacci series. As you know, in Fibonacci series, every third number is sum of previous two numbers. So before studying how this program is working, we'll learn how what is a Fibonacci series. I am running this program. Now see, I am generating this till 11, means total steps 11. So you can see every third number is sum of previous two numbers. Look at this one, this is sum of previous two numbers, 0 plus 1. Look at this 2, it is sum of previous two numbers. Look at this 3. So likewise, this Fibonacci series, in this Fibonacci series, every third number is summation of last two numbers, last two digits. So we'll learn how this program is working through recursion. So see this, we are taking input from the user. In main block, enter the range. Suppose user is giving 4, that means this loop is running from 1 to n plus 1. So when you are giving 4, that means here it will be written 5. But you know, range function works up to n minus 1. That means if you are writing 5, that means your loop is running from 1 to 4. Then in the next line, Fibo function is called and the parameter is supplied. So first time it will take value 1. Then inside Fibo function you can see if n is 1, then it is returning 0. So what will be printed? It will print 0. Next time when a will have value 2, then Fibo 2 will be passed, and in this case this statement will be executed and 1 will be returned and it will be printed. In the third pass, when a will have value 3, then this won't be executed, this won't be executed, but in this step what will be used? Here you can see Fibo function is called 3 minus 1, that is 2, Fibo 2 plus Fibo 1. So it will return, as you know, it will return 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1 will be printed, 0 plus 1, that is 1. So it will return 1 and final value will be printed 1 here. To explain how this function is working, I am using online visualizer. So see, here my code is written, and now this red this red arrow, it will denote next line to be executed, and this sky blue, this arrow will tell the line that just executed. Now I am clicking on next. So see how this program is working. This is step 1 by 1, step 1 of 1, as you can see. Now I am clicking on next. So you can see inside it is printing global frame. So since we are in main block, that is your global block, so it is asking for enter the range input. So I am giving range here 4. Now I am clicking on submit button. Now see, this is the output window. So now see how this visualizer is working. Now I am clicking on next. So for a in range 1 comma, as I have explained you, this is n plus 1, that is 5. So range function will run from 1 to 4. Now click on next. So first time the value of a is 1, as you can see here. Now see this red arrow, FIBO function. Next, since it is checking n is 1, what it is returning? It is returning 0. Now since every other condition is false, so it is returning 0, and this 0 is printed here. See, the output will be printed in this screen. Now I am again clicking on next. Now see the a. Now a contains the value 2. This FIBO function is called with the supplied value 2. Inside FIBO function you can see n contains value 2. Now if n equals to 1, this condition is false, so it will check another condition, n equals to 2, that is true, it will return 1. Next you can see it is checking else, that is false. Now 1 is printed. Third time, what the a will contain value 3, so the function FIBO is called with the value 3, so n contains 3 now. So you can see frame, in global frame, this n and a both values are given, and in FIBO function n, which is your local variable, it is now contains the value 3. So see, this condition is false, again this is also false. So what it is returning? It is returning n minus 1 plus n minus 2, that is 3 minus 1, that is 2, and plus 3 minus 2, that is 1. So FIBO function is called with 2 and 1, and you have seen when 2 is used for value 2, it returns 1, and when 1 is used, it returns 0. So click on next. As you can see, it is checking the values and it will return accordingly. And now the final value of n, which is in this case 1, will be returned, and you can see here 1 is printed. Next time when we are executing this function, see n has the value 4, and see the steps. So this way you can visualize how your program is working, and it is very easy to learn programming through visualization. So you can see in every step what it is doing, it is clearly explained, and when the final value is written, it is printing 112. So students, we have learned today making a simple Fibonacci series function through recursion. We have seen how to visualize the code. Visualization means you want to check step by step execution of your code. So it is a simple process to learn programming. So I hope you have understood this topic. We'll learn few more topics on recursion in next session. Thank you very much.